I wasn't expecting what I saw, not in a million years. I think I'll be scarred forever, or at least 5 years or so. It all started a couple months ago. I was at a video store somewhere on the west side. I was looking for something decent to watch for the night when I came across a Winnie the Pooh tape titled Eeyore's Special Day. The case looked like one of the older tapes, but it had the more recent picture of Eeyore on front. I found it quite odd, but I got it anyway. As I got home, I made myself some dinner before enjoying my tape. Shortly afterwards, I inserted the tape into the player. That's when my life changed for the worse. There were no ads for other Disney titles or anything. There was just a black for a long while, then static. Nothing but a good 5 minutes or so. I walked up to the player to fast forward to see if that was it. When the picture finally cleared up, chills went down my spine on what was contained on the reel. Eeyore was on the tape, but no one else. The setting was just not so normal. The background was a room, and Eeyore was sitting in the corner, looking at the viewer. The walls were a darkish gray, and Eeyore's gray was slightly tinted lower. He was almost whitish. The eyes, what disturbed me the most, they were almost like Tim Burton-like, but they were smaller, little black lines surrounded by the outer rims. He just stared at it like a photo, but the photo was shaking, like a classic film reel. Nothing else was happening. Depression is quick music played in the background. Something black that looked relatively blood. It started to trickle down the walls. The picture started to flicker, like the signal was breaking up. Very faintly, I saw what looked like the words. I pushed the pause button repeatedly, so it went by frame. The things I saw, though, they were definitely words. They read, "Help me," in trickling blood. Without even touching the play button, the static returned. I believe it was the end of the tape afterwards, so I reached for the stop button. Right when I was about to push it, Eeyore's face was completely close up with the screen. His mouth was wide open and distorted, almost in anguish. His eyes changed. They were now deep black holes. A shrill scream echoed throughout the house, I might add. It scared me to death, made me almost scream, not knowing what to do next. I ran out of the house like a madman and never returned, and I never took the tape back. I didn't even get a bill for it, I think. I never went back home. I haven't had this stated already. I don't know what happened to the video store or the tape, but I don't care either. Just leave me to rot. Scarred, disturbed, and most of all, terrified. Well, my pretties, that was, well, Eeyore's Special Day, a Winnie the Pooh creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Eh, this was a okay story. I find it to be a little odd, but at the same time, though, I can definitely say this story honestly had cliches like the VHS tape and the blood running down saying, "Help me." I mean, this story was mostly confusing. That's literally one of the best descriptions I can give this story. Is that it's confusing. I just feel that the story just went all over the place without any explanation as to why certain things happened the way they did. Honestly, I remember Seabass actually narrated the story 2 months ago, and I'm like, I think I narrated this one at least at one point, but honestly, this story was, I'm gonna say, I was not a fan of this story. This story was okay for what it is, but there were cliches in this story, and it did not play out well. And plus, I feel that the story went from 1 to 100 pretty quickly. One thing led to another. That's literally what this story did. And honestly, I don't know why. But this story, I legitimately feel that it went from 1 to 100 pretty quickly, involves of, what this episode is about. I mean, it's unfortunate I'm going to say there's not really too many Winnie the Pooh creepypastas, but this episode just didn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, things were happening the way they did. There was this episode. This story just made no sense. I mean, this one was an older one. I can't remember when it was written, probably in 2018 or something, but I wasn't really a fan of this story. But it was okay for what it is, but it could have been better. So, in my honest opinion, I mean, the grammar's okay, although there were a couple of punctuation errors, but it wasn't a bad or terrible story. I thought it was an okay for what it is, but definitely it's more confusing. At least that is to me, that is. So, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, yeah. If I'm missing something, you can let guys can let me know in the comments below. And I don't know who the author of this story is, so I'm gonna credit it as anonymous for now. If I ever find out who the original author of this story is, I'll be sure to give him proper credit. So I also am gonna leave the link to this story down in the description. This is from Spin Pasta Wiki. I'm gonna say right now, I was not a really crazy fan of this story, but it wasn't terrible though, but it could have been better. But like I said, this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regarding these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. It was an alright story, but I wasn't really a fan of it. I mean, the cliches were there. The story just was confusing. It didn't really stand out. I mean, it didn't really give me a reason as to what went from 1 to 100 quickly. I mean, the story was just confusing. That's literally all I have to really say. But, anyways, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said before, I'll leave a link to this story in the description down below so you guys can go and have a look at it if you want. So as always, like I said, yeah, like I'm always gonna say, if you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. I am the Lion Queen, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want to go follow me on Twitter, link to that will be in the About page section. And if you guys want to go follow me on, what was it? Oh, yeah. If you guys want to go follow me on DeviantArt, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can follow me on that. Also, if you're interested in subscribing to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go check that out. And as always, if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is in the comments below. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, please roll the outro because I'm out. And yeah, if I am missing anything, let me know what it is in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And as I'm gonna say, the author of the story, if you happen to be the author of the story, let me know who you are in the description, in the comments below, so I can be sure to give you proper credit. So as always, that's all I have to really say. Please roll the outro, because I'm out, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video.